for this meeting as requested at the last meeting and approved. So, roll call.
All right. Mrs. Lejeune?
Here.
Mr. DeZormo?
Here.
Ms. Amy Trahan is on her way. She should be here shortly. Just want to make sure that the public knows that she will be here. So we do have a quorum.
All right. Agenda item number 2.1, review and approval of all facilities and long-range planning committee meeting minutes of March 12th, 2025. Motion.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes.
In a second.
Take the vote. Mr. Lejeune?
Yes.
Mr. Desmond?
Yes.
And Ms. Trahan is absent. 2 for, none against.
Agenda item 2.2, committee discussion of portable list as of May 1st, 2025. Mr. Gotro?
Yes. So Ms. Lejeune asked for an updated list on the portables. So I know Ms. Gardner had said a number last meeting of how many we started with when the board first decided to start getting rid of them. It was over 600, right? And right now we're down to about 120 buildings still on our school campuses. It is pretty consolidated into very few campuses that just have a lot of buildings. So Acadiana is going to be coming off in the next 2 years. We'll get rid of those, which is 28. Yeah, Acadiana.
535 properties there right now.
Yeah, there's not that many.
It's not that many
Not
buildings.
that many buildings.
It's some doubles.
Yeah,
So it's like 18 maybe altogether.
I think it's a
20.
couple more than 20 or 22. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
storage.
and I kind of know where you're headed with it, is that so the few schools that have them have a lot.
Yeah.
And that's basically where we are. So whatever the solution is going to be today going forward, it would be to do what we do at Acadiana, wings in place of portable buildings. This is one of the schools that has portable buildings. So, and it's packed in pretty tight on this facility. In the same district, you got West Side, Acadiana, that all have these. Inside of Lafayette, Broadmoor has quite a few. West Side, Broussard Middle has 5 or 6. So that's it. The only ones on here, Middlebrook has a couple on here, but those are going to be surplus this week, and that'll be gone. Also, so we're down to about 100. I want to say it was around 120. That's what I came up with.
Ms. Gardner, can you go to Alice Boucher?
Yes.
And I guess I just have a question, because I think Mr. Edmund had asked me is, are all of those portable buildings, and again, that's double, so I understand that they're doubles, are all of those portable buildings needed with the new AIDS program?
So what we found as new principals have been moved to schools, they found ways to use less of the portable buildings. So
I'm not saying that. I am saying he asked me the question, since we're bringing ACE onto that campus, because pre-K is not there anymore, right? Or pre-K is there.
Pre-K is still there. Yeah.
So they're not going to Truman, is what he
Correct.
said.
Yeah, it's the immersion that's no longer be there. So we are going to be able to bring some of those classrooms into the building. So we probably should see some of that go down, but I cannot say that. Miss Walker has mapped all of that out just yet. I think once we get her settled on that campus, then we can determine what we can prioritize to bring from the outside in.
To know that one of them is a restroom, and one of them actually is a 10-piece modular system. So it's not just a portable, we actually have a modular wing.
That's all of the kindergarten is.
So I walked it with Ms. Walker back at Mardi Gras, and we talked about the portable building, but she said she didn't know enough about the place. She had to make that decision, so it wouldn't put us on high road.
We'll just hold, but I know that's what he had asked, knowing that we were pulling people out and just trying to see what we can do to get those portables.
Is there any other schools, Mr. Chef, that I need to point out?
Broadmoor, it's not a lot at Broadmoor,
Correct. So what happened was with Broadmoor is when the additional wing was built, it was not only built for pre-K through 4th grade to accommodate, and we actually moved 5th grade off of Edgar Morton there, so we have some portable buildings to accommodate that.
So from the 3 wings that we're building, Acadiana, of course, has the most. What is Judice? What are they gonna lose with the portable building?
So in Judy's middle,
All of them.
They just have a few.
Judy's has, a double portable, they have 3 classrooms, so 1 double and 1 single. And currently LJ Alamo, I believe, only has 4 classrooms, I mean 3. Which is 2 buildings, it's actually 1 single and a double, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yes,
we've
I'm
taken
correct.
most of them off of LG already.
1 single and 1 double.
So we're gonna lose total between those about 24, 25.
So the,
With the wing additions.
with the wing addition, so, like, what would be the ability to build just wings at like Deuce on West Side, Broadmoor, to alleviate, because I know eventually we'd like to get rid of every portable building on campus. So if we're gonna build for the future, you know, wouldn't that be the way to go, is to start building at those places before we build brand new schools in the future?
Yeah, I think that first of all, and the reason why I asked about Broadmoor is that we had an opportunity to take portable buildings off of that campus with a new wing addition. And we failed to build it big enough for whatever reason. And we still have portables. I don't think it looks really good to the public that we go and we build a wing, but yet we're still gonna have, we still gonna have portables on that campus. So I bring it back to Judy's Middle, and I bring it back to what we're doing at Acadiana or whatever. Just make sure that whatever we do is we build enough so that we can say that, hey, let's take all of these portables off, and we don't have a new facility where we still have portable buildings.
Jericho viability scares me right now over the next 5 to 10 years, or 5 to 8 years. With the ESL addition and stuff like that. It's not necessarily, I mean, they're going to probably outgrow it, I think. The population, I think Chief Anderson had said over 1,000 new homes being built just a few months ago. So just to kind of allude to what he was saying, that, you know, this is a new building as of last year, and we're kind of facing that problem probably.
So the initial initiative, when we added the 9 wings, that was in 2017, vote, it had to do with the fact that it was a match for match. So if you had this many portables, this is how many classrooms you got. And I know that because I was part of that as a principal. So it was really a match for match.
Right.
It was not the longevity of, do we need to move 5th grade off of a middle school and move it to an elementary? This administration had that vision, and we started moving because it's what's best for kids, right? For a K through 5 instead of a 5 through 8th grade. That would be the difference, is you're looking for longevity of growth. And now that we have things set in place with consolidation to district optimization, to look at both sides when you're adding the space.
And saying we're comment on the portable building that we brought up, that was brought up last month. So we got the list, just to catch up a little bit. We're down to a little over 100 buildings left, and we're just trying to see what we can.
So we replaced 197 buildings in the August of 2020 when we opened our initial wings. We replaced 197 portables at the time. Portable classrooms, not just buildings,
So
classrooms.
Mr. Lejeun's question was not answered, and I guess we need to get clear on what direction that this committee and the board wants to move in. His question was, what is it that we need to do to be able to get portable buildings off of Dusson, build a wing there, and look at all of these other different sites? Here's what I'm gonna say to you guys, is that we are finishing up Lafayette High. We are in that business of having that debt taken care of. We're going into where there's $4 more million that's gonna be there. The priority of this planning committee and the board is gonna have to give this particular team an idea of where y'all wanna go as far as, hey, I will tell you, there is some need to do something on the north side. There are some things that we need to do as far as the north side is concerned. And yes, Dusson needs a wing. Yes, other people need wing. Elio needs. Here is the thing about Elio, and y'all know it. We have no room to work on this site. If this is going to be a new facility, you have to go off site. Once you go off site, this property now returns back to the owners, because that is the deal. You are on this site as long as it's a school. When it's not a school, it is off. And I'm going to tell you, the city is coming to get it because they want to acquire it for their own purposes.
Correct.
So I say all of that is that this committee, look, we're open and we want to do the things as far as we're going to take things off like this. But I don't want to make the same mistake that we've made in the past, that we go build a wing and we still got portable buildings on it. Well, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Which is what we're experiencing now.
Exactly. We have that, and I want to make sure that you guys have at least the public to be able to say, hey, when we build something, we're not going to build for now, we're going to build for the expansion of what we think is coming in that area.
Growth.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. That's like what Mr. Lejeune is saying. We can't go do these things at Acadiana. We've got to build these classrooms. If we don't put kids in classrooms or have extra classrooms, what's going to happen to that growth that's happening off of Duyong? All of that growth, that's what's going to happen at Judice Middle. All of those houses are going to produce kids, and we just not going to have any place for them. So I keep going back to is the direction of this committee is what you guys have to tell this team of how you want us to proceed, and then eventually we got to bring this to the board, and the board gives us next steps as far as, hey, we need to start looking at the north side.
Right.
We need to start looking at this. And we need to have a plan of, because the community is asking us to get a plan so that they have a foresight of where we're going with this.
So I think what's going to happen, and you'll see it when Acadiana and Judice are being built, Mr. Lejeune, because I'm going to want y'all involved in seeing the process. There's a lot of different levels of what you can build, and that's what determines budgets. So I get we want nice places, and we're not going to skimp on things, but we can build wings at a decent price as compared to what some of the former previous has been built at. Dusong needs a wing, and I get it, they need it big time. I think we can do it if you're looking at square footage price. Anywhere from $250 to $300 a square foot is where you're going to start with construction. But some of the stuff we do goes up to $600 to $800 a square foot. That's a big difference. So there's a major difference. So as y'all start seeing these things be built, y'all can understand we don't need that elaborate. And it's a matter of working with our architects, right, and getting the best one.
If this committee gives us a direction of where y'all want us to start pointing our fingers toward, and we're going to go and we're going to bring back those options to you so that you can make decisions, and then eventually we'll bring this to the board, and then now we're off to the races. That's what it comes down to. But we are making progress, and my thing is, I'm glad we brought this up. This nauseates me. Looking at this nauseates me, knowing that we can do better. These portable buildings, Lafayette Parish can do better than having portable buildings on these sites.
Yeah. And keep in mind too, every time you close one of these and stop putting electrical and HVAC into this, you're going to have much more efficiency in the new buildings. What it costs to run this is very expensive as compared to a brick building.
Like this building
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, like these older buildings are expensive.
Safety's priority ops out. I mean, but we know
Yeah.
money's money. So I guess you're right. I mean, over the short period of time,
Yeah.
we're going to have to
something
come up with some ideas.
Something else that's going to prove itself in the next few months. So this school is one that got all new lighting upgrades, and we didn't pay a penny for it. The Public Service Commission did 6 of our schools, our only 6 Entergy schools. So we have the electric bills from the previous lights. When we get into a little ways, like at the 1-year mark, we're really able to see it. They're saying we should get about a 30% energy savings. That's a lot of money. Like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but 30% of the energy savings over 6 schools is a lot of money. When you build a new school, you're putting all the energy efficient stuff. So it's not just building a school to say we're comfortable. We need new schools because they're much more energy efficient and they're going to be less expensive to operate. We're not going to have as much maintenance on it. So there's other savings in there that you got to consider when we're trying to sell this.
And what Robert is saying is that all of these different measures is going to be an easier conversations when I have to go speak to our finance people about, all right, do we have more money to do more with? And when it comes down to it, we got to pay electricity bills. We're not paying as much electricity. We got more money. So all of those different things we're trying to do all of these cost measures to make sure that there's available funds to be able to do more. Because when we build new schools or we build new wings, we're in essence going to save money on the long run.
Oh yeah.
The reason I brought it up is, I truly believe, like Mr. Fuchsia said, and that we're better than that. Like, every kid should be able to go to school in a classroom. At Prairie, they go to school at Prairie. They go to school at Truman. They go to school at the Lafayette High and Southside. You know, I mean, if you walk to Acadiana, you walk this campus. You know, and y'all have how many students?
where our capacity is 378.
That's because they're building, right, in capacity?
Yes.
So if it's a bigger school,
We have more kids.
you got more kids here.
Our classrooms, the size is limited by the fire marshal to 21 students, K through 5.
So, you know, that's the reason I bring it up. It's just, you know, I feel every kid deserves that opportunity. You know, people have choices now. I mean, y'all know that. We're just talking about the reason for charter schools. They have choices, and we got to make sure our citizens in Lafayette Parish is their number one choice is Lafayette Parish school system.
In reference to this particular facility, I think that we're just gonna need to build a direction, because if we need to build something new, it needs to be on this campus. There's no way possible, Robert, to get people in here to do certain things while kids are going to school and so on and so forth right here. And
Just get out and run.
That means that you have to go somewhere else on a different site, meaning that this is now going to be turned over back to the families that allowed us to be able to have this facility here. So that has to be the one thing that y'all have to give us direction on and how we need to proceed. As far as the other wings that y'all want us to look at, or even the other schools we need to build, we are looking for direction. We got direction on 3 schools that we're focused on. We are ready to look at where we need to kind of move, and we're just looking for guidance from you guys.
I think when we talk about growth in the parish, we need to take a look at the entire parish, all areas, not just one side of the parish or a couple of sides of the parish. We need to look at it from that perspective, through that lens. But we also need to take a look at how many students are in the portable buildings at each site as well, right? And so then we can have a better understanding of how that is going to impact our decisions as well, in terms of board members and the funding that will need to be discussed to, you know, make some decisions in that regard. And so I think, you know, looking at the age of the schools in comparison to the Butler buildings that are on the campuses, there's a lot of factors involved. It's not just one little small piece. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, a lot of pieces to the mosaic. And there are, you know, lots of needs within our entire district, and our district does need schools built that may not, you know, be on the same campus, but also we have to look at where our population growth is as well, and what, you know, just is it elementary, is it middle, is it high? I mean, there's so many different factors. It's not just a matter of, you know, us 3 here as the committee members making a decision. And, you know, we collectively as a board have to analyze this moving forward, because it's not just Scott area, it's not just Youngsville area, it's not just Northside area, Broussard area, Dusson area, you know, Cancro area. It's all of us collectively, all of our areas. So I think it's important that we gather all of the information to be informed before making just kind of knee-jerk.
So maybe, Ms. Amy, you're asking us to maybe, let's reach out to Consolidated.
That's what I made it do.
Let's see where their planning commission is and what is it that they're seeing as far as, they know where permits are coming.
Yeah.
They know where things are happening. And if they know that there's 3 or 4 new subdivisions that is happening off of Dudon Road, we need to know it. I mean, so let's we can reach out to Consolidated Government, we can get to them, and they can somewhat give us a map of where they feel like
the
things are
hotspots.
happening, and we can maybe provide it to you.
Yeah, it's also the local home builders association. I mean, they know where they are potentially planning to build.
No, you're right. I made a note of that as soon as you said
It
that.
may not just be what is already on the books.
No, yeah, it's still-
Where they're trying to go.
Planning and zoning, right?
Like you said, permits are big.
Where exactly are they thinking that they're going to dedicate their millions of dollars to in that regard? So
We'll definitely.
Another factor that in this whole process of figuring out where we're going, if we look back at the history of what happened at Southside, Mount Lily, we had Cedar Lafayette Hunt. You build a new school, you're getting more kids. So more kids is more money. So we need to know that too. So you build a wing at Dusson. Right now, Dusson, is it like 50% of the kids go to that school, 50% are in private and charter? you build a wing, you're gonna give more than 50% of the kids to go there because they live in a nice building. Every kid that comes, that's money. So another, just looking at the list of positives.
Yeah, there's a revenue driven by it.
Look at Bob Lilly. Like kids that were at Karen Crow Heights, you go Bob Lilly, it's got way more kids. Southside ended up with 300 more kids that first year.
We registered 2 or 3 a day on
Yeah,
here.
so that's more income, more revenue coming in once you build them.
Well, I mean, it's just like the analogy of an old car versus a new car, unless it's a classic that you're willing to drive and stuff. I mean, which would you prefer and stuff? And I mean, in terms of growth in building subdivisions, not just single home subdivisions. I mean, look at how the subdivisions went up behind David Thibodeau. Okay, now are they opting to go to the schools in that area? Well, we don't have very many schools in that area, right? And so, I mean, it's just a matter of looking at all of
So
the areas.
we'll get with the Home Builders Association, we'll get with LCG, and we'll get that information and we'll send it to you guys before, so that you guys have an idea.
And I think part of this is actually also speaking to LEDA, which I know that is something that is already an ongoing partnership, but making certain that we understand where the vision for LEDA is as well. I mean, look, there is Buc-ee's coming off the 104 exit off of I-10 and stuff. That is beyond huge. That is mega for not just Lafayette Parish, just for this area. So it's a matter of getting everyone at the table before we start making decisions. And then our community looks at us and says, well, why did y'all do that? Okay.
Well, we're getting a question
You didn't
already,
think
but it's
about
previous.
this?
Yeah.
Okay, and so it's like, okay, yeah. And even if we need to have some, I guess, town halls in conjunction with city government and those different areas within our community partnerships that we speak about that we do want to have, I think those are some of the things that we need to do.
Any other comments? We'll move on to 2.3, staff remarks.
I'm just gonna turn it over to Robert and he'll kind of update you guys on several different things, but I'll just say this, that, you know, I've said it to you guys before. There are lots of different things that are happening as far as direction as far as this particular department. I think that Ms. Amy has pretty much set us up to where our next steps are. And we're gonna get that and definitely get into town hall meetings and talk with local governments about what is it that they're seeing.
Right.
And I think that's gonna help us to kind of move forward.
And I think it's going to help too with the town hall, that type of stuff. Maybe calm some people's minds of how this process actually works. We're still learning as board members. You guys are learning, you know, not learning. You're picking up things and we're changing things all for the good. But there's still so much that we didn't learn, like price per square foot. Your most common person out there doesn't know that's how a school's priced or how anything's priced. So
we'll get a meeting with home builders and LCG and LEDA. We'll get all of that, and then once we get that information, then we can take it to.
And I'll just add, our mayor president in her prior role, so when the I-10 corridor, right? I mean, there were town halls that she facilitated to kind of soothe the community's, I guess, concerns, or maybe to engage them in the process, because I mean that's straight. I said right down University Avenue. So I mean that was something that was big. It actually impacted Truman. You know how that area right there going straight through UL. You know, and so I think there's a lot to be said to have in having town halls and getting all players at the table, and in engaging and having all of our board members there, not just the committee members.
Anybody want to?
Yeah.
Good, so I can just kind of give y'all some updates on things that are going on. I think that's kind of what y'all be interested in. So y'all know we're closing SJ Montgomery this summer. So our crews have been very busy on site. We have hard hands there helping. Teachers are packing, we're moving boxes. It's been a process, to say the least.
Because you technically have nowhere to move yet.
We don't have place to move yet, so what we're doing, we're packing and getting things boxed up and labeled, and getting rid of things that are obsolete, like the old things that just need to be thrown away. So SJ is packing up. Lafayette Middle is currently in the process of packing and decluttering, doing some major cleanup there. There's gonna be some major renovations at Lafayette Middle, which is gonna become Lafayette Elementary. A lot of painting, floor work, we changed doors there. So quite a bit of work going on there. We redid the floor in the cafeteria. I don't know if any of y'all have been there. We're going to a new kind of floor, concrete, similar to what Southside had. Really nice looking floor there. Lighting upgrades to LED. We were fortunate to have the Public Service Commission pay for all of our Entergy schools. I wish we could get LUS to jump on that same program, because there's money out there available to the Public Service Commission that they give it to us. We don't touch anything. Contractors hire their own engineer. They buy the lights, they put them in. We don't touch a thing, and we get brand new lights. The 6 schools they did was almost $2 million worth of free lighting. That is going to reduce our energy cost by 30%. If we can get LUS and Slimco to jump on that, we'd make money instead of spending money on electric. Lafayette High, it's set to be, it's going to be on time. We're going to be able to occupy it the second week of July. The furniture and everything will be in it before then. And we're in the process right now. If you'll pass by Lafayette High, they actually tore down part of the old ag area. It is gone. As soon as we move out, kids finish up the Thursday, teachers the Friday, the following Monday, probably the Saturday, abatement crews are going to be moving in. It's about 2 months of abatement and then tear down. They're expecting the whole building to be down. October is about when it'll be completely down. So you'll see that nice new school from the front. The north side has a lot of renovations coming this summer. A lot of painting, lights, ceiling in the main building, in the gym. So behind the gym, that hallway, the gym corridor, all of those little rooms behind there that they've been having meetings and talking to kids and doing things, that's gonna all be brand new looking. New lights, new paint, new walls, new flooring. So a lot of things coming to the north side. The commons area, north side, the deck that is there, we're pulling all of that out, putting a nice new composite deck. We've got a major sewer project coming through, the sewer for the main building and the 900 building. Original from the school, old clay pipe. So we're pulling all of that up, putting new piping in. So we did the same thing at LJ last year. Did some of it at Drexel, so a lot of stuff. Northside and Lafayette Middle are getting the most work this summer. Acadian Middle is getting a new restroom. We're building a brand new restroom on the campus. Acadian Middle, if y'all been there, those restrooms are not the nicest, so kids need better. So we're building from the ground up, a restroom, male and female water bottle filling stations. Miss Amy helped us. We've got quite a few schools that are getting water bottle filling stations. Kids today, y'all go in schools, they don't drink out of the fountain, they fill up their water bottles. So we're doing a big initiative. Yeah. Like, I don't blame them. Like, I want my bottle filled too. So we're doing a lot of that. A lot of those are going in this month. So just overall, a lot of work happening everywhere. I hope y'all are seeing the differences in the way my department is running things and the effect it's having at schools, and that there's a lot of work.
Well, I wanted to make the comment, Karen Crow Middle, it's just, it blows you away. You know, having the marquee was huge, but that paint on that brick, it just turns a whole new look to the school.
And we were worried, I'll be honest.
When
they talked about it and said, these colors, I was scared.
Yeah. He showed me that we all did the samples.
Yeah.
And you're right. And you know, kudos to Chris for having a vision, but it's amazing.
He has. That principal there is good. Scott Middle's going to get painted. The PO went through today. Scott Middle's getting the same thing. Exterior white, top layer different color. Principal there, Ms. Kate, drew it out, gave it. So we'll see that one next. Yep. So we got a lot of progress. I just hope y'all are seeing it. And my guys work hard. I got a great team that we get beat up a little bit, but we're going to continue pushing forward.
Well, I just want to say publicly, I appreciate you and your team, amazing, and kudos even to Josh and your team.
He's driving now. Josh started driving yesterday. It was his first day back behind the wheel. So
yes, so
he never stopped. So I gave y'all just a quick update. Josh from the Rick, he's great. Family's good. Wife's getting better. Josh never stopped working through the entire thing. From the hospital bed, he was working.
So, and just along those same lines of thanking you, I have to thank Superintendent Touchette as well for walking through. We haven't walked through all of my schools, but we're on the path.
Let me know.
We're in
Yeah,
a good
we-
direction,
Yep.
you know, so I appreciate
And
that.
it's, and Ms. Amy, it has driven the work that we're doing, and that's when you and I walk, what, it's 4 hours, right? A little bit over 4 hours at Northside. I mean, it's, when you go and see it, it's amazing. That drove, it was Josh, me and Josh that walked that whole campus for 4 hours. And that's driving the work that is actually being done now. So thank you for
And we want to walk with you again in the end of July after this work is done. And we're doing it, Boss Man's been on it, we're doing a lot of it. We're going to do as much as we can in that amount of time. And there's going to be some 12 to 16 hour days that people are going to be in there. We're meeting with the coach tomorrow, Coach Campbell, because he wants to know what they can and can't do this summer. So we're going to meet with him tomorrow to kind of get him set up and get a plan.
Yeah, and I know we kind of paused just a little bit, but we didn't stop after Josh and, you know, his family's accident, but things were continuing on.
It's going to be a different place at the end of the summer.
All right, 2.4, public comment. Nope. 2.5, discussion of location and time for next meeting. So here's some suggested dates, Ms. Christie. And now you guys don't have to answer right today because these are long range dates that we're looking at for later. But I'm gonna get it to Ms. Christie so she can get it out to you guys. We can just start working from there. Let's start back in September. Do we have meetings over the summer as well? For long range?
direction from you guys. I mean, again, I don't know where you guys are as far as vacationing. I don't know. Again, a lot of what we're on the road a lot as far as different things. So you guys, you direct us on where you want to go, or you want to just say, hey, we're here in May. We got June and July. We got some things happening.
Like
At the beginning of school, August is always busy when we're getting things
So
started.
September would be.
So are y'all good with September, or y'all feel like we need to?
I'm good with a meeting next month. I'm good with a meeting quarterly. I'm good with a meeting bi-monthly. Whatever works. Whatever works for
Ms.
all
Christie has the
of us.
dates, and then if you don't mind, Ms. Christie, just coordinate the way we can line up those dates for sure. And I know things change, so we'll make do, because like you said, once September hits, this will be a little bit heavier, I believe, as well.
I just don't want it to go past
Correct,
September
No.
because we have a lot to discuss.
Yes, ma'am.
And then that'll give us some time to get with these different groups, home builders,
True. That's a good point.
LCG, even to the point where before we meet, I want to get out there at the town hall.
Yeah.
I was thinking that maybe over the summer we can maybe not have a meeting, but a town hall meeting.
We can have something closer to all this.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just speaking for Karen Grove. We have at City Hall. We have the facility we have right there that we use for everything, the event center. But we also have just a overhang patio in the back. It can hold 100 people easily. If they want to come to town.
It will give you a true enrollment of where you are in the schools. Also, the school would have begun, would have been in a couple of weeks.
Sure,
so
yeah,
give us a good enrollment of where we are in each school.
Yeah.
So I know that's very meaningful when we have these conversations.
Of course. If that's it, you may adjourn.
All right. Thank y'all. If anybody wants to walk through